Now, education experts and activists are warning that the sharp decline in high school mathematics enrollment threatens South Africa's future in science, technology and engineering. Now, high schools are quietly facing a crisis that could shape South Africa's workforce for years to come, with a sharp shift from mathematics to mathematics literacy among pupils, especially in under-resourced and township schools.
This is as serious as it sounds, friends. Anyway, welcome back to our channel. Today we're talking about a national crisis that's no laughing matter. South Africa has hit the headlines. 464 public schools don't offer mathematics. Not a typo, 464. Meanwhile, our learners are slipping behind in global tests, and we might be scuttling our future scientists, engineers, coders, and yes, accountants and actuaries too. Grab your calculators, and let's unpack why that's happening, what it means, and how we can actually fix it. Let's start with the cold hard facts. 464 schools across the country aren't teaching pure mathematics anymore. That's according to Department of Basic Education data from around May 2025. These schools still offer mathematical literacy, think Maths Light, but minus the gateway to STEM power. Here is a provincial breakdown in no particular order. KwaZulu-Natal 135 schools, Eastern Cape 84, Limpopo 78, Western Cape 61, Gauteng and Northwest 31 each, Northern Cape 19, Free State 14, Mpumalanga 11. That's like saying, oh, you want maths? Only if you're in Gauteng, other regions it's a no-go zone. Why is this happening? 1. Low enrollment. If only 2 students sign up, you can't run a class. 2. Lack of qualified maths teachers. Math teachers are rarer than unicorns. 3. Budget and timetable constraints. Schools juggling timetables like hot potatoes. But wait, there's more! Nationally, maths participation dropped from 46% in 2011 to just 34% in 2023. And 2024 saw only 255,562 students registered, down from 268,100 the year before. Less than half studying maths, that's not good. Feels like showing up to a braai with only salad. Yes, it's healthy, but where's the grill? But why should we care? It's because pure maths isn't just numbers, as experts say. It's the language of science, engineering, data analysis, basically the future.
The real issue is if we do nothing about it, let's assume for the next 6 years we do nothing, 36% will become 28%. And now we then close to only a quarter of our learners doing mathematics. But the real issue is it's not only about mathematics as a subject, because mathematics is carrying ideas like critical thinking, innovative understanding. Those are the skills that we need. It's not just about a subject. You're not getting that with mathematical literacy.
Definitely not. And here is some shocking stats. Data shows South Africa ranked last among 59 countries in the 2023 TIMSS, even though we tested older kids, grade 5 and 9 instead of 4 and 8.
2 years ago, 2023, the results of the TIMSS study indicated that our best performing learners are performing at the same level as the worst learners in Singapore. And we were in the same study. So there's a uniquely difference between the quality of mathematics that we have and other countries.
However, there was a slight uptick. Grade 9 math scores rose from 389 2019 to 397 2023. That's progress, but grade 5 declined by 12 points from 374 to 362. That tells us our older learners are catching up a bit, but young ones are falling further behind. If you don't address it early, you're building a house on quicksand. Other experts say lack of pure maths undermines careers in engineering, science, and critical thinking. Also, schools avoid the subject to protect pass rates. It's a national crime, says former statistician General Paddy. That's like serving decaf at a coffee shop. Sure, it won't keep you up, but it won't get you going. So if the experts and the government know that this is a national crisis, What are they doing about it?
We've known what the problems are with regard to math, science, education in South Africa. It's 31 years on. New systems have been designed. So what is the problem? Why are we failing to fix this?
Well, it was interesting. I spoke to Leanne in 2010 about this issue, and we raised it 15 years ago. And what we can do outside of the system is to assist and to alarm and to help the system itself. But we need the system to take on and do things differently. I think just a day or two ago, I had a conversation with a colleague in the department, and it's starting to reflect around doing what we call transformative work instead of improvement work. When you do improvement, ma'am, and you are at 5% and you improve by 5%, it means you are still at 10%. And what people can do, it can claim that you've improved by 100%. 100% of 5% only gets you to 10%. That's the real problem and the story that we're telling. We're telling people in the news that from 5% we improve by 100% to 10%, but we're still 90% away from 100%, which should be our dream as any country in the world.
But some have also argued to say, maybe we don't have maths teachers, that the problem isn't learners avoiding maths, but rather that schools simply cannot find qualified educators to teach it. On the surface, that sounds convincing. After all, South Africa faces a general teacher shortage, and math specialists are in high demand everywhere. But not everyone agrees. Some education experts argue that this shortage is overstated, and that the real issue lies in how schools deploy and support teachers. In fact, there are trained maths teachers sitting in classrooms teaching other subjects, or leaving the profession altogether due to poor pay, heavy workloads and lack of incentives. So it's less about not having maths teachers, and more about not using or retaining them properly.
Why aren't we improving? Why aren't we addressing the fact that we don't have, in many instances, the teachers who can actually teach and assist here?
We don't have a teacher problem. We have a systems problem. And so I want to be quite clear. Our teachers can only do what they know. And if they only know the 30% of easy work that you need to do, that's what they will do. We have what is called a quality assurance problem, what is called in business monitoring and evaluation, a control system. If you are supposed, as the system and even CAPS is expecting you to give your learners 30% of easy question in an exam, 40% medium questions, and 30% high question. That is a standard internationally. But if you now give your learners 50 or 60% of easy questions and 10% and 20% of medium and hard questions, they get good results out of the 60% of easy questions, and you create a perception that they're good. But they're only good in the easy questions when they get the international study, and they only get 30% of the easy ones. And they get, even if they get 100% of the easy ones, they're only getting 30% because they can't do the medium and hard work. And those are the systems that we need to put in place to make sure that whether you are in an urban area or in a rural place, those learners should be getting the same quality as anyone else in the country.
So what has been done and what do we need to do going forward? Let's zoom out. The Department of Basic Education is focusing on improving literacy and numeracy in the foundation phase. Basically, build strong base, then add on. Early interventions. South Africa introduced compulsory grade R for 5 to 6-year-olds. More than 80% of 10-year-olds cannot read for meaning. The government wants to regulate and integrate 10,000 early childhood centers. Budget, 19.1 billion rands over 3 years to keep 11,000 teachers, 10 billion rands toward early childhood initiatives. Hey, it's like nurturing a baby elephant. It takes time, attention, and a lot of baby milk. Here's what's on the table. 1. Monthly maths coordination across provinces, sharing what works. 2. Conditional grants. Funding for 500 secondary, 300 technical schools and 200 primary feeders to support teacher training and resources. STEM-focused schools program, boosting aptitude-based access. 4. Mother tongue bilingual education, learning in your home language and English. 5. Building foundation phase and early years via training, methodology support and protecting teaching time. Okay, it's like sending out reinforcements, more teachers, resources and language options, like bringing steak to that braai after the sad salad. What else we can do? Let's dream big. Make maths compulsory again, especially grade 10-12. Partnerships between universities and schools to train and support maths teachers. Invest in innovative teaching methods, project-based learning, AI-assisted personalized support. Imagine an AI tutor that jokes with you while teaching fractions. Why did 7 eat 9? Because you're supposed to. Learning and laughing. So it is that simple. It's not completely broken, it's fixable.
We can fix it up within the next 3 to 5 years. It's not something insurmountable. It's not something that we can't find a solution to. And we don't even need people outside of our country. We have enough capacity within our country to solve this problem. But we need to start now. As I indicated, we raised this in 2010. After 15 years, we're at the same spot as what we were 15 years ago. So we need to make a decision. How do we want to have successful mathematical teaching and learning to our teachers and our learners?
Here's the deal, friends. This crisis isn't going away unless we care. Parents, teachers, learners, policymakers, you, yes you, and everyone's got a part to play. Share this video. Let's get people talking. Support early education initiatives, donate or volunteer. Hold officials accountable. Ask for maths in schools, quality early learning, trained teachers. Look, if South Africa's future is a burger, then maths is that juicy, cheesy patty. And we're trying to make a burger without it. That's just sad. Let's bring the maths back, rebuild strong, and turn our education into something everyone wants a bite of. Thanks for sticking with me through the numbers, the stats, and the fun. If you like this, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss our next deep dive, minus the math jokes. Maybe. Catch you next time.